I'm Sue Monk Kidd, the author of The Secret Life of Bees, and we're on the movie set where I'm going to take a little tour of the pink house and the whole surrounding world of bees and honey, and I would like to invite you to come along with me and see. The Pink House Parlor. It is a beautiful representation of what I imagined in my mind when I was writing the novel, down to tiny details like the doilies on the back of the sofa. When Lily arrived at the Pink House the first time, the first thing she did was come into the parlor, and she noticed the red velvet. She noticed the doilies on the back, which is an old Southern touch, has a lot of soul in it. She noticed the piano, and here it is. And then the last thing she noticed in the room was the Black Madonna in the corner. And this is a very interesting representation of the Black Madonna that has all the details that were in the novel, with the fist and the heart and even the moon. The Black Madonna was a masthead from a ship that washed up on the shores of Charleston and then made its way into a clan of slaves and passed down through the generations. And she gathered this whole oral tradition around her and came to be in the family of the Boatwright sisters. And they continue to tell this story about her that has to do with slavery and freedom. So here she is, and she looks beautiful, I think, and represents that symbol well. In the novel, Lily was struck by the fact that they had all these mirrors on the wall, and she said, imagine, having all these mirrors. And here they are also in this parlor. There are photographs they've put in here of the characters. There's June over on the old television. I think it's a room that's well appointed. It conveys a certain wealth and status for an African-American family in the 60s. When I was researching that, I found that there were certainly families who had property and education, but they're not written about. And I wanted to write about families like that. And the Pink House was passed down to the Boatwright sisters through their family. This is August's bedroom, a blue room, which was a very big deal in the story. August's favorite color is blue, and she loves every shade of it, and that is something that was common with Lily, who also loved the color blue, and it was important for them. So everything is blue, the walls, the bedspread, the rocking chair. And when you look around in August's blue room, you're going to see these little details that I loved, like her bee pins that she wears on her dress, and things that are very true to 1964. When I was talking to Gina, I said, when I was growing up in the South in the 60s, a lot of black families had images of John F. Kennedy on the wall. And here it is. There is Kennedy, because he championed the Civil Rights Act. And so he was a revered figure. On August's desk, there are various books about beekeeping that are true to that year and that era, and a wonderful old sweetgrass basket from South Carolina. So I think the room has a lot of soul, and in fact, this is an old chest at the foot of her bed that Lily sat on when she had her moment of revelation to August. Lily's transforming moment of truth happened in this room. They have photographs up of May and the different sisters in the house. The real action in the movie and the novel happens in the kitchen, so let's go in there. So many of the scenes in the movie take place at this table, and there are all kinds of discussions that happen here, and you see they placed up a jar of honey with the honeycomb in it, and all around the room, even down to the glasses and the china that they selected. I think are true to the boat rights. This is where May cooks. And one of the great little touches I noticed is they've got a big bowl of bananas right here. And that was something that was important to May, was all of these bananas, that she had to have one every day. And you see the honey jars and the honey spindles. It's a place of gathering where people come to have their important conversations and their nurture and sort of the fire of the house. And it's true here. And I think this is a really good representation of the boatwright kitchen. This is the boatwright porch, and it has a gathering place here with rocking chairs and a porch swing where a lot of important things happen in the movie. It's another place where Lily and August and all of this clan talk and bond. And I couldn't help but notice that over here there is a Ringer washing machine, which was in the novel. And how they found this, I have no idea, but that was a big thing in the novel, that they had this old-fashioned Ringer washer that was out on the porch, and so they have supplied it here on the Pink House porch. Well, we're in the backyard of the Pink House, and when I stepped out here for the first time, I could not believe that I was in the Secret Life of Bee world, because it's truly representative of the story I pictured, with the two-story pink house, that shocking color of pink. Here's May's wall. What a perfect representation it is of what I imagined when I was writing the story. It's low enough for May to sit on, which is what I always pictured. I never pictured a high wall, but something that May could actually build herself and carry these stones one by one. And it's not a linear kind of wall at all. You know, May would never make a straight line. She would make this curving, waving line. So these are the rocks that hold the suffering that May feels inside. And so you can see the little bits of paper even that they have stuck there. So it's a really beautiful representation, I think. When I saw the wall, it really evoked a desire in me to put my own prayer in this wall. And so I took a little moment and I did that. The honey house is probably my favorite part of this whole bee world that's going on here around the Pink House. And I love these hives, these aged hives that are stacked out here outside the honey house. And they had to build this house so they could do it in a way that really reflects what the honey house that was in the novel, and it's just about perfect, actually. When you come in, one of the first things you see are the two cots where Lily and Rosaline sleep, and this is also where the honey is made. So they bring all the hives here and they take the honey out, and you can see that they've got the extractor and just so much of the proper equipment to make honey. And you'll see the soap, the beeswax candles in various stages with the big pots. My favorite thing may be these jars of honey in the windows, so the light comes through and kind of makes them glow. And it's really a beautiful thing to see. And the label on the honey is a black Madonna. It's a beautiful, beautiful honey house. Well, that was a small tour of the world of The Secret Life of Bees. And, you know, I was thinking as we were walking back up to the Pink House that as a novelist, all I have to do is sit in my chair at my desk and dream this up and picture it in my head. And it's so easy to imagine pink houses and honey houses full of jars of black Madonna honey and so forth. But they have to actually build all of this and paint it and get it down to the smallest detail. And I really think that they've accomplished that here. And the most important thing to me is not only that they found a sense of accuracy, but they really created the atmosphere of the world of the pink house, which it's a real refuge for Lily. So I was glad to be able to walk through it.